Sometimes you feel it, a quiet knowing that a wiser, calmer version of you exists just ahead. She's lived through the choices you haven't made yet and carries the peace you're longing for right now. And that's your future self. She isn't a fantasy or a far-off goal. She's real and she's accessible and she's waiting for you to lean in. And if you've been feeling stuck or unsure where you're going, it may be because you've forgotten that guidance doesn't always come from the outside. You already hold the answer, and learning to connect with your future self is a sacred practice that realigns your path, softens fear, and lights the way ahead. So, how do we understand our future selves? Your future self is not an idealized fantasy or a checklist of achievements. She's the part of you that has already grown through your current challenges and is holding space for who you're becoming. And when you connect with her, you're stepping into the energy of your own evolution. You're meeting the version of you who already knows what you're capable of and is gently guiding you to remember. You might have had glimpses of her before, maybe in dreams, moments of deep meditation, or quiet flashes of insight. And she appears when you're ready to move forward, but unsure of the next step. She's not judging you for where you are. She's reaching back to support you through it. And this relationship with your future self is powerful because it's rooted in your own potential. It doesn't require outside approval or permission. It grows from your inner knowing. Connecting with her gives you clarity because she's walked the path you're afraid to start. She offers encouragement and direction and a deeper sense of peace. Now, many of us women feel distant from their future selves because they're caught up in the cycle of daily survival, and they focus on what's urgent rather than what's calling. But when you shift your focus toward who you're becoming, something opens, and you begin to make decisions with greater purpose. You start to move differently. You think differently, and you feel more grounded. It's not about creating a perfect version of yourself. It's about opening to the woman who has already lived through what you're navigating now. She's not beyond your reach. She's within your energy field, waiting for you to listen. So, what are the signs that she's calling you? You may already be receiving nudges from your future self without even realizing it. So, have you felt drawn to change a habit, or leave a space, or start something new without knowing why? That quiet urge is her voice. She doesn't shout, she whispers through your intuition and gently suggesting shifts that align you with her frequency. And often this guidance comes in the form of restlessness or a deep longing. You might look around your life and feel like something is missing, or even when everything seems fine. And that feeling is your future self, reminding you that you were made for more. Not more doing, but more depth, more alignment, and more truth. You may also notice synchronicities like repeating numbers, familiar symbols, or people showing up just when you need them. These are confirmations that you're being guided. The universe conspires with your future self to draw your attention inward. She calls you through your creativity too, and those ideas that light you up but feel too big or out of reach, they're messages from her. She's already living them. She's encouraging you to trust that if the vision is in you, it's because it belongs to you. Dreams can be another portal. You may dream of your older self, wiser or in a peaceful setting. Even if the dream is vague, pay attention to the feeling. That emotional imprint stays with you and guides your waking choices. Resistance can be another clue. If you've been procrastinating or sabotaging something you deeply care about, it may be because connecting with your future self brings up fear. Fear of change or failure or even success. But she holds that fear with compassion, reminding you that bravery isn't about being fearless. It's about acting with love despite it. And she's closer than you think. And once you recognize her signals, you'll realize she's always been walking with you. So now I want to lead you through a gentle meditation to meet your future self. So I want you to find a quiet space where you won't be disturbed. Sit or lie down comfortably. And when you're ready, gently close your eyes and begin to focus on your breath. Let each inhale fill you up and each exhale soften you. And as your body relaxes, start to imagine a soft golden light surrounding you. And let this light hold you like a warm blanket. Now start to visualize a path forming in front of you. It winds gently through a peaceful forest or a meadow. And then you start to begin walking down this path, one slow step at a time. And as you walk, you notice the colors, the sounds, the feel of the earth beneath your feet. And with each step, you start to feel lighter, more open, more peaceful. And further along this path, you start to see a figure standing in the distance. She looks familiar. And as you approach, you realize it's you, your future self. She radiates calm and strength, and she smiles at you as you draw nearer. Now take a moment to sit with her And ask her silently, or you can say it aloud. What would you like me to know? What would you like me to know? Allow her to speak. She may not speak in words, but in feelings or images or sensation. Receive any answers without pressure and trust whatever space to you arises. She may reach out, offering her hand or placing it over your heart. Feel the warmth of her presence. Know that she is always here, always guiding you from within. Take it all in. And if you don't get any guidance, don't worry. It's there. And when you're ready, thank her. And then begin to walk back along the path, slowly returning to your current self. Bringing with you any insight or feelings you received. And then begin to notice your breath again. Take in another deep breath and exhale, relaxing. And when you're ready, wiggle your fingers and toes and then open your eyes. Carry this connection with you. Let it live in your choices, your rituals, and your moments of pause. So how do we live in alignment with her? So you've just met your future self. This isn't a one-time event. It's a relationship you nurture through your choices and intention. And one of the simplest ways to stay aligned with her is to start asking, what would she choose before making decisions? This doesn't mean striving or forcing. It means tuning into your energy and letting it guide you from a place of inner wisdom. Visual anchors help too. Place a photo or a quote or maybe a symbol on your mirror that reminds you of her energy. And every time you see it, pause and breathe her in. Let that moment recalibrate you. Create rituals that strengthen your connection. Light a candle each morning and silently set an intention to walk in her footsteps. Journal at night as if she's writing through you. Ask what she saw in your day and what she wants you to notice. Align your environment to match her presence. That could mean decluttering, changing your wardrobe, or shifting your workspace. These are not shallow changes. They're signals to your subconscious that you're stepping into new energy. Speak kindly to yourself. Your future self wouldn't tear you down. She'd remind you of your strength. Begin speaking in her voice now. Use affirmations, loving self-talk, and forgiveness practices to mirror her gentleness. Take inspired action, even small ones, whether it's making a phone call, joining a class, or creating something new. Each action becomes a thread that weaves you closely to her. You're not waiting to become her. You're already embodying her, one choice at a time. So how do we start transforming our life with her guidance? When you begin to walk with your future self, your life begins to shift in subtle but powerful ways. You stop needing constant validation. Instead, you move from a quiet confidence that comes from knowing who you're becoming. Doubts don't disappear, but they no longer control your path. You begin making choices from vision rather than fear. You start saying no to things that drain you and yes to things that once scared you. That's because your guidance gives you perspective. She reminds you what truly matters. Relationships shift too. Some connections naturally fade, while others deepen. You attract those who resonate with your future energy. Conversations become more aligned. You feel seen and supported in new ways. You'll also notice changes in how you handle challenges. Rather than spiraling or freezing, you pause and listen inward. You ask, what would she do? And feel your next step with more clarity. This doesn't mean you avoid hard things. It means you face them with heart. Your creativity may flourish. You find yourself taking risks, sharing your voice, and trusting your gifts. That's because your future self already lives in the fullness of your expression. And as you connect with her, she hands you that permission. Most importantly, you start living from a place of possibility. Your life becomes less about reacting and more about creating. Each day becomes an opportunity to walk closer to her, not as someone separate, but as a version of you that's already alive within. And you don't need to wait for the future to arrive. You are her right now.